And my lord, if you look at that judgment which you have read, down of Court of Appeal,
Yes.
it doesn't talk about property.
But as of now, there is no way the court is going to issue two conflicting orders.
There is no any order for demolition or eviction.
This court is briefly adjourned.
We are not ready to surrender our churches. Let someone come and kill us from here.
They are going back either alive or dead.
As court of law, bottom line is, we are not going to issue two conflicting orders
Yes, ma'am.
over the same matter.
We appreciate that approach.
That is the first thing.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why we are taking our time. I'm going to read all these files.
And my lord, if you look at that judgment which you have read, down of Court of Appeal,
Yes.
it doesn't talk about property. That's why these people could not pursue an appeal.
That is fine.
It is very silent on the issue of property ownership.
Yes.
Because even the judgment itself, from which that appeal arose, is not clear on the issue of properties.
We shall see when the properties are registered, who owns them, and all. We shall get into all those matters.
Much of it.
But as of now, there is no way the court is going to issue two conflicting orders.
I appreciate that context.
And you will appreciate it even much more as time goes by.
Much of it.
Yeah, we shall ask the people, interpret for the people who are the representatives are here. They should know out there that they shouldn't take the law in their hands. I can see they are charged. They are fully charged right now.
And what is considered charging is the demolition.
Yes, if there are any demolitions, I'm going to get a report on that one.
Yes.
Have the bailiffs started executing
Yes,
that order?
yes.
When did they start?
Last week.
By not the demolition.
Speak in the language.
Apologies.
What have they demolished?
There is already some pictures we've received. Pastor's house, certain Christian who allowed the people to pray from our home. The house was demolished. They've just sent us pictures.
Those pieces of land on which those buildings are seated,
Yes.
are they part of the contested?
My lord, actually, they were named as the properties. They are.
See? And I will then ask you, as we adjourn this matter, I will ask you to speak to the leaders, those men who stood there. I told you that I had them commanding a lot of respect out there. So they're the ones that can talk to those people, to talk to your people.
Okay,
That they shouldn't take the law in their hands. First thing, I am going to ask the registrar, immediately the court rises, to find out whether there are executions taking place on the ground, and if so, under what circumstances. Yeah, look, it's not the interest of the court that people's properties, houses are broken down and land taken without permission.
Really, my lord, it will serve a lot of purpose. Because now we have a hearing date in the same matter, then the execution orders are coming from down. And under this last week, refused to clear a warrant, and court issued a warrant to show cause. Not to show cause. Why he has refused to implement an execution order.
The registrar issued
Yes.
an order
To RCC
yes.
to show cause why he has not cleared a warrant.
Yes.
And he gave his reasons. So you find that there is a lot of pressure on the ground and from court. That's why there is all this tension. If we can manage administratively, as we have heard, my lord, that you engage the registrar, under what circumstances are these warrants? Because we are getting the dates for the temple elections from the registrar. The same registrar issues a date for tomorrow, and today issues a warrant over the same property. So there comes confusion.
Just master one word, objector. File an objector in those proceedings. Now, going to file a new case is a very long process and costly. An objector, simply you put it in and say, these people, I am not part of this case, but these people are coming to execute, to take my land or my property, yet I'm not party in that case. Very simple. Go and file an objector. But these proceedings you are looking for are very expensive, and it's a very long route for you to take. Is that all?
Yes, my lord.
We meet on the 29th. This court is briefly adjourned.
we had 2 matters in the court. My name is Chigenyi Emmanuel. With my colleague Etuk Gerald, we represent individuals who are over 300,000 in number. These individuals went to court. They have grievances. They mobilized the locally, got money, constructed the churches. However, there is a dispute that there is a company called the Pentecostal Assembly of God Limited, which was registered in 1999. So this company is claiming that all those properties which these individuals you are seeing behind there bought using their monies belongs to them. So for them, they didn't want to be violent. They decided to go to court. So that court determines that dispute of land ownership. For them, their particular issue is about land. They say, actually, some of these, the land where the churches are in people's homes. So there is an eviction order where people's homes have started being broken down. So today they went to court. They wanted an injunction. They want court to stop as their case is being determined. They wanted court to first stop and hold that. So basically today, that's why we had come to court. There were 2 files. One file is Okechi Emmanuel and others versus Pentecostal Assembly of God. Another case is Oting Julius and others versus Pentecostal Assembly of God Limited. Now, when these cases were all fixed for today, unfortunately on Friday, we got a letter from Kampala that one file had been transferred to Kampala. We are yet to establish the reasons why the file was taken to Kampala. Yet the people, the individuals, the lands are here, the witnesses are here, but we shall get those answers from court. We cannot preempt it right now. The reason is why court decided to forward those files to Kampala. For today, the judge told us that he had not yet studied these files. The file was given to him today morning, that he has been away on a session. So he requested that he needs time to study these files, and then he will entertain us on the 29th day of March. That's when even the main suit is supposed to start to be heard. Another is a judicial process, because if a judge has just received the file today, however much we want, justice demands that he must also understand that dispute is going to adjudicate over. So we have really explained to our clients that it is part of the judicial process. The judge needs to understand the file before he starts hearing it. No, earlier the matter had been fixed on 2nd of May. Then the judicial officer, the registrar, who was supposed to hear the application, adjourned it to today. And today we expect it to appear before the registrar, but the judge had guided that he entertains the matter by himself. I may not have the particular dates, but they were all filed in 2022. Today we had the miscellaneous application number 28 of 2023. That is Okechi Emmanuel versus Pentecostal Assembly of God Limited. The one of Oting Julius versus Pentecostal Assembly of God Limited. That is the civil suit number 40 of 2022, together with the application. No, we did not recall anyone. These are individuals who are being affected. So when they hear that their land, because there are evictions which are taking place, so they want to know what is taking place. They don't want to be told. Isn't that why you came also to know what is taking place? That is not clear, because there is no any court which has ordered eviction. Because even in the warrant, it is clear, no eviction. But what they are carrying out is an eviction. There is no any order of eviction.
What exactly is the warrant?
It is a warrant. Whichever, you can find out that document from court. But there is no any order of eviction. But the bailiffs whom were given that order, they are using it to evict.
So technically, what should the bailiff actually do?
They have nothing much to do, because bailiffs execute clear court orders. They don't come up with their own terms. The duty of a bailiff is to implement what court has said. So if court said no, you should not chase anyone from the land, you are bailiff, you have no powers to do so.
that the reason why you went to court today?
That's the reason, because this eviction is started. That's why we went back to the court which is issuing those orders to say you first stop, and we entertain the main suit of these people you are chasing who have never been had.
All lands that were inherited from their grandparents. They also have burial grounds in the same lands, but just allowed churches to pray from. Unfortunately, they were listed amongst the properties amongst the properties that PAG Limited is claiming. Also, the order is not against them. For them, they have never been parties to the case in Kampala. That case in Kampala is against PAG Lira Limited, not them. These are different parties. So that's why when they saw that PAG Limited was trying to claim their properties, they rushed to court. Of course, there's demolitions that they claim have already happened, and some attempted evictions. The people you're seeing here today, that's the smallest number who are sent to represent them to court. No one mobilized them, but they wanted to reach on the ground and prove what is exactly happening in the court. Most of them are in their homes protecting their churches and homes where there is a threat. I think they can tell you more, but that's the information we've got from them. We asked them why they came in large numbers. They told us it was, how can they stay home when some people have already lost their properties? So they were never mobilized by anyone. They came on their own peril. PAG Lira deregistered. It's no longer in existence. There is PAG Limited. PAG Limited sued the PAG Lira Limited. PAG Lira Limited. PAG Lira Limited is different from what you're seeing here. These are different people totally. They are not even PAG Limited or PAG Lira Limited. They are independent churches. Most of their churches are unregistered but named after the areas where they come from. So the individuals who donated the land, who allowed people to pray from their homes, those who, of course there is a small group also who purchased the lands. That group, those are the groups in court today. So the order against PAG Lira Limited is what they're executing against these people who are not a party to the other case.
Our file was taken to Kampala. We are not satisfied the way the Kampala court is handling our cases, because we have our land in Lango here. They are passing judgment without visiting this land. Our cases should be handled in Lira, because Lira High Court has capacity to handle our case. Why is that our case is taken to Kampala? And yet we have our Christians who are even poor, they cannot afford to move from here up to Kampala. That is my concern. So I'm appealing to the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. I'm appealing to Chief Justice. You intervene in this matter, otherwise we are not ready to surrender our land. We are not ready to surrender our churches. Let someone come and kill us from here. We are going to defend our churches. Another thing I want to put forward is, this government has given us freedom of worship. Why is that someone who is calling himself a Christian leader trying to deny people freedom of worship? Our people are being disturbed in their churches. Our people are being robbed of their properties. Some people are being beaten. There is eviction going on, and yet we don't have any case enter against us. We were not party in that case, which was handled in Kampala. We are independent people. we have our churches, and we own these churches independently. This church of LPC was built before Imiao came to Lango. This church was constructed way back in 90. Who are the people who constructed this church? The court should come and find out before passing any judgment. I'm not happy the way Justice Sekana handled this case. And they're now passing eviction order on wrong person, on wrong parties. We are not party to that case. This is my concern. And I'm speaking on behalf of all these other people you are seeing. And on my own behalf, I'm appealing to our leaders. We have entrusted you with our votes. That's why you are now in those various offices. Why should you keep quiet? And yet our people are dying. Our people are suffering. Wake up. Our leaders, wake up. Our government, wake up. People are suffering. There are selfish, there are few individuals who are selfish, trying to grab our land. These are ancestral land. Some of this land, we buried our grandparents in them. Where are they going to chase, to take us? We are not happy. I'm Kolo Bua Morris. I'm talking on my own behalf and on behalf of this other Christian, over 300,000 Christians who are being disturbed, who are being marginalized. We have been very peaceful, and we are law-abiding citizens. We are God-fearing Christian, but no one should misuse our being humble. We cannot keep quiet when bad thing is happening. We cannot look down when our people are suffering. We don't want this kind of thing. Lango, open your eyes. There are people who are coming from other regions. Their region is peaceful. Why is that they're coming to disturb our peace? We want to remain as one. We want to remain as brothers and sisters. And that is how we used to be before Imiao came. Imiao, go back. Yes. You are not worthy to be a Christian leader. And that is my concern. Even that file, which was taken to Kampala, should be called back. We want our case to be handled from Lira here. We want to know what is going on. That is my concern. I beg to stop here. I'm saying no one should intimidate us. This government has given us freedom of speech and expression, which is paramount because it is essential for human rights and democracy. Amen. We are tired. We are not ready to continue with this kind of suffering. We have been collecting money. We have been feeding these people. Why is that they're coming for our land again? So that is my concern. I'm saying this for God and my country, Uganda. God bless us. I'm a Christian. I'm not even a pastor, but I'm a Christian. I grew up in the church. I know the benefit of the church.
I am called Adupa Johnson Rech. the spokesperson of the Christians who are aggrieved because of their property, which actually some people, I'm calling them thugs, who are in need of grabbing their properties. I inclusive. I want to point out one aspect of the property which is actually named to be taken by PAG. That property is the land donated by my father. The church was constructed on that land. And it is the Christians who are really surrounding that land, who really fundraised, who collected the money. And they did not use it for buying the land. The land was donated by my father. And the money they collected was used for the construction of the church building on that land. And this is a specific case where the PAG also wants to take over, to take the land of my father, donated by my father. They have not spent anything on it. They are neither bought. They did not use even a coin to acquire that land. Now they want that land. How do you think the picture would look like when they reach my home, the home of my father? Sincerely speaking before God, if they come and cross the land of my father, where I pray from, and they have not purchased, sincerely speaking before God, they are going back either alive or dead. That is what I'm sounding, and I'm very serious about it. And the government should get that one. Is in a match. A match. And in this case, a match is now a town council. That church is called Otony. It's called Otony, and it is I don't want to attach the name of any organization about it. Okay, on that land, or even in that church, I don't want to attach. There's no organization which is actually owning any church, any land. It is owned by the Christians. True. Even the PAG, which is disturbing us, they don't own it. They have never given us a single coin to acquire any land. The land was acquired by the Christians, and the building which are on that land, or on those land, were really constructed by the money donated or collected by the Christians. And this is the concern of everybody. That is the supplement. And to add on that, I've given only one church which is actually constructed on the land of my father. Out of this, in fact, about 800 churches which these people have named, I'm telling you, about 80% land was donated by the people who donated to the Christians, and they constructed the church buildings on those land. How do they claim for about 80% of the land which they have not bought, they have not constructed any building on it? How do they claim it? It means these people want to cause insecurity. And indeed, I'm telling you, if they come, they cross our land, we have no option. We are tired. They have ever invaded us. They have ever terrorized us on our land. We shall not sit down at all. This is a concern which I want the government to take it seriously. I'm very happy with the government because they have given us freedom of worship. For me, I don't know law, and I don't know the ethics of laws. I don't know. But I do hear that whenever a judge is handling an issue about the land, that judge must go down, go to watch or to witness, get the witnesses of the land, to whom the land is belonging to. The person must go down, the judge must go down and really get to know the positions of what? Of this land. But this is a judge who has never appeared here in Lango. He has ever stayed in Kampala, and he has not come here, and he's making judgment from Kampala when he has not seen the land which is having the controversy. So this is very bad. And for me, I'm saying he was having a special interest. We are not going to regard his judgment as anything. And above all, the third point is that for us, we are not concerned. We have never been taken to court The Christians have never been taken to court. But if you can see the propaganda of these people, the way they are behaving, they are having the judgment in their hand and maybe the orders in their hand. They are again coming with their orders to us. Moreover, we have not been taken to court. I'm warning them that they should not appear before us.
Thank you. Wonderful.
They can all appear to us. The security must really take this seriously. They must all appear to us when they have taken us to court. And if there's any ruling which is actually on the Christian or against the Christians, and if the ruling is not against the Christians who own these properties, then they should not come near us. We are waiting for the ruling which is against the Christians and against us. That is when we can comply. Otherwise, we are so negative and we are going to be parallel until God comes back. So that is what I'm trying to say. And another thing is, we are requesting the government to come in this matter, to intervene. Because we are innocent people, we are being threatened, we are being scared, we are being mocked, we are being terrified, which is a thing making our life to be so hard. This is actually making us, if we were not strong people and God helping us, we would have committed suicide. So let them not force us to commit suicide. But I'm also declaring that if they are forcing us to commit suicide, should they happen to appear on our land and close to our building, we shall make them to commit suicide instead. So that is what I'm saying. And another thing is, we want our file. Our file. The file which we use for lodging the case at the High Court in Lira here. It has been called in Kampala and it has been taken to Kampala. Why should our file be taken to Kampala? We don't have, first of all, money to move to Kampala. And that is, and the file was even taken without our notice. What kind of law is that? We are supposed to handle our case within our jurisdiction. So we don't want this case to be taken from outside Lansab region. We don't want it. So we are appealing to the government to let the file be brought here, and we shall not go and attend that case in Kampala concerning the file which has been taken to Kampala. We shall wait and attend for that case here because we have lodged the case here. That is what I wanted to supplement. May God bless you.
Some of these issues is not a matter of rushing. It's not a matter of rushing. There are also security issues that move a long way with, because if you see this kind of crowd, first of all, you think about security. There is court judgment, and what about the security bit of it? How do we handle? So for us in security, we don't rush with things. We don't rush with things. So I could not, it wasn't my duty to recommend an eviction or an seizure, but we have a procedure that we follow. That is why the court was thrown out, the case was thrown out with costs.